Over here. Nope, stop. Stop, stop. Yeah, they just tried to kidnap me. Good grief.
But our purpose was to take back the mountain. Now
You're on air attack. There you are.
Spears. Should we not return, defending the cut falls to you. If our chieftain agrees with his course.
Sounds like good advice, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Chieftain?
The weight of command is no small burden.
I can see that. Tell me what happened to the first expedition.
Rhea led the way to the summit, but it was blocked by a great door. Some kind of cauldron.
Ooh.
New metal.
Is this the cauldron that I've heard about? Cauldron, that cauldron?
Exhausted.
Can't remember.
No way forward and machines behind. I made the call to push back. It cost us greatly. But to remain would have cost us everything. I had hoped to never subject Araya to that again.
I take it you haven't spoken to Araya yet?
Why should I? This is what she wanted. To return to Thunder's drum. It is her only care. So I should have known she would find a way to push aside my spear. After the Karja that took my sister, not all of her came back.
What happened to her?
What happened to Araya when she was a captive of the Karja?
As a shaman, she's adept with machines, tracking them, stunning them. The Karja used her to capture them for the Sun Ring, where they were unleashed upon the innocent.
Oh, hi.
They made her part of their blood sport.
Fascinating.
The shame she suffered beneath their pitiless sun.
She survived.
Fascinating.
She endured. Endured by reminding herself of the spirit, her purpose. And now that's all she has.
Well, let's pass that door.
What do you think is beyond that door?
I do not know.
You're dumb.
That expanse of metal, that dead hum. Nothing sacred belongs there. Machines and death. That's what the mountain holds. Death for us or for the daemon.
And if we do find the spirit?
Then perhaps we should put it out of its misery.
No, why not?
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're coming with me.
Someone has to keep Araya safe.
Hey, hey! If it wasn't for me, you'd have been destroyed by those frost claws. So don't act like you're the one protecting here. Yes, it can. How can the mountain not enter this area?
Anyway, this is it. My chance to reunite with the spirit, and perhaps to reunite her with the moonlight. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outsider. Someone ignorant of our ways, but no, not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank me, Araya?
Yes, of course. That's what you do. Untangle knots. Create possibilities. Thank you for making this pilgrimage possible.
Fascinating.
It had not been necessary to humiliate Aratak.
Hey, that idiot deserved it.
You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right. Stubborn as stone, but he's had to be. The war demanded it. And so have I.
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak, I don't suppose I can order you to tell me about Silence?
Aratak would never have presumed to grasp for a secret of the Conclave, but you are not Aratak, and if you have dealt with Silence, it is well apparent. Silence came to Ban-Ur from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch. A remote Werak that rarely comes south to parley.
Silence was a shaman.
It was. Or at least, when we sent runners to ask the Owl's Watch, they said he was. His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. It didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Conclave, and eventually, an invitation to attend.
What about you? Did you trust him?
No. But he impressed me. He carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but that was not to be. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom, a month's march from Ban-Ur. He met with us there, as is custom at high winter. But when we next returned, the caves had been looted.
Oh!
Relics of the old world stolen. Holes cut in ice and metal.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We sent our best trackers after him. None returned.
Oh my!
And when we checked
Silence.
out the Owl's Watch,
Killed
those who had
the people that
vouched for him
tracked him and stole from these people.
as though he never existed. Some in the Conclave began to doubt he was even Banuk to begin with.
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous and dangerous.
That would
but
be
also
Silence.
brilliant, skilled,
That would be
and
Silence.
knowledgeable without equal.
Yep, sounds like Silence.
Except, perhaps, for you. Anyone else I would warn off, but you may be able to treat with him safely. Just don't lower your guard.
I'll keep that in mind, Horea. Thanks. What did the war do to Aratak?
He cut away everything, until only his true self remained. Unyielding ice. No Banuk has more sheer will. He fought the Karja for 1,000 freezing nights, and always rallied his hunters at sunrise. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never complains of one. Instead, he complains that life with me is harder. He's right. What have I ever given him but struggle?
What are we gonna find up there, Rhea?
Ruins, machines, and a door, like that of a cauldron.
Sick. We're gonna be doing a cauldron.
For beyond it lies the spirit. I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt the Daemon has tried to hide the way.
Aratak told me you were a captive of the Karja for a long time. It sounded bad.
For Aratak, it all comes back to that. He thinks the Karja changed me. They did not. They merely sharpened my focus. When all else is lost, you think about what's truly important. The spirit. The blue light. The beyond. And my brother, too. Every time I felt the chill northern wind, I thought of him. Worried of him.
It hasn't been easy for you, Rhea. Getting back to this point.
It was all to hear her voice again. This time, we both will.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once
Yes.
we ascend, it will be hard to turn back.
Meh. Why would I care? They're burning their way inside, or marking or marking something. They're marking.
Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother!
is that gonna open it? Oh. Alright, I don't question that.
The spirit awaits.
It's not all that waits.
Smoke has been detected within the facility.
Oh.
This is not a drill. Please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit. I repeat, this is not a drill.
So you see,
Please remain
I
calm.
too can call upon the power of the old ones.
Huh.
What was this place?
The spirit once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from terrible danger.
Fortress. It looks more like a machine.
Is that not fitting? The blue light often dwells in machines.
Let's just hope that some remains here.
November 21st, 2016.
Aloy? Were you listening for something?
There are memories here. Messages left by the old ones.
And you can hear them. I envy you. What did they say?
I'm not sure yet, Araya.
I'll listen to it. Why not?
November 21st, 2064. It's been 3 years since I was...
Interesting. What is fire break?
Here, up and over.
Oh, I see. What does she grab? Oh, that's odd. From here, you can't actually. Whenever she moves, there's a chance she phases through.
Machines. At least we have the drop on them.
What is this?
Last we were here, we fought our way through there. The machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior. I can hold my own. And so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, at least for a while.
Also, give me a choice.
Alright, I get the options. Now follow my lead. Pipes,
Take a raised path, take
steam, frost.
directly to the tower or up to the tower. We're missing a creature. We're missing a couple creatures here as well. Huh. So I never scanned the red eye ones. That's just a corruptor. That's literally just a corruptor. So the red eye and the corruptors are the ones I'm missing, and then I don't know what that is. The Scorcher has the mine launcher in its head. What is the mine launcher weak to? Weaknesses all. Why did you have to turn? For being precision arrows, they are the opposite of freaking precise. How did I run so low on Blaze? I had so much Blaze before. Where did it all go? I had like 1,000. And I'm down to 19. What is that? Oh, it's a big unit. The demonic behemoth is gone.
The bodies of them. To shame us for our last attempt.
Their spirits are one with light and talk.
We may soon join them. Take whatever supplies are left. Keep us alive a bit longer.
Oh, Ravager cannon. Yeah, we have everything we need here.
These towers pulse with heat. Like an Osric forge.
With vibrations underfoot. Are they tapping into some sort of instrument?
Look out, more machines.
That ain't a frostball. That is not a frostball. I've seen the frostballs before, and that is not one of them. Believe me, I'm gonna treat it kindly.
The far door was open the last time.
The Daemon has closed it to us.
Then we'll find another way. Is this...
What is this?
Thank you for being here, everyone. I suppose it's not every day you get to have cocktails inside an active volcano, right? Unless you're George, and I can hardly blame him for drinking on the job.
Latte?
None of this would be here without our beloved director, Kenny Chow. Here's to you, Kenny. You put a cork in the Yellowstone caldera. I'd say you deserve a margarita.
Hold your glasses, everyone. I'd like to add something. This effort wouldn't have been possible without our lead programmer. Thank you, Anita, for bringing us our real mastermind, Cyan.
I'll second that, Director Chow. All right, Cyan. What's our latest number? The current count is 1,654. Wow, then drink up, everyone. Here's to 1,654 more years without an eruption.
Cyan?
It was the spirit. The old ones. I could only grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Araya. This place was built to stop something terrible. And it worked. As for the spirit, I'm starting to get an idea of what it could be.
The door is open now. We can get through.
We'll have to go through a lot of machines to get to that door.
More than the Werak could prevail against. Onward. Our challenge.
The Red Eye Watcher. I should not have to do is scan a corruptor if I can. A Red Eye Watcher. So the Red Eyes are just more powerful.
Now they're hunting me.
What? Oh no. Oh, no turning back now. Over at the cauldron door.
More machines. Make ready.
A demonic thunder drum. You know what thunder drums have? Something very powerful. That sort of makes up for how unfair it is.
Songs of demons, but that battle was a verse worth.
The day has been completely taken over by the daemon.
Years have passed since I stood here. Since then, the daemon has taken over.
It's like an infection.
Completed the second one. The second expedition. Successfully assaulted Thunder's drum.
Attacking all this machinery.
Expedition.
Has changed.
Ugh.
The path I took to get to the spirits. Lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Araya. I promise. All right. Let's go.
Yes, finish this.
Right. Here we go. This way.
Follow the tentacles.
In there,
Follow the purple wire.
to the heart of the daemon then.
I'm with you, brother. And you stay.
We need to get past that vent. Stay here until I send it over all the...
With projected force. Does it ever turn off? Oh, it turns off very slow, every once in a while. Wait, am I supposed to just drop here?
Conveyors should get me across.
Oh.
Oh, she's in the air.
Now the shuttle got it. Because I can't find something. Maybe my focus can.
Are we supposed to get through there? Yeah, that doesn't help me. In the slightest. Yeah, I see there's a valve. That doesn't help. Oh, I see.
Looks like I need to get across to extend the bridge. This should get me up there.
What the freak are you doing, you moron? Goodness.
Let's see what this does. That did it. Here they come.
Where am I supposed to go from here? They're just supposed to drop down?
Who? Me?
The how? Can't just jump across. Huh. Are you dumb? Don't just fall down the random holes scattered around this area. Do you want to end up dead? So the geothermal civilization has been deactivated. Valve has been deactivated, meaning we don't have to worry about that anymore. Alright, yeah, it's the electricity. Great.
Come on over, it's safe.
These arrows are so not precise. They're meant to be precision arrows, yet they're the opposite of precise.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be before the damage ruined it.
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed
This
entity's
is
designation
cyan.
as Hephaestus. It must be
Hephaestus?
stopped at all.
Hephaestus. Hephaestus. Hephaestus was the...
It has reconfigured this facility to build positive recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to this now.
Spirit speaks to us.
It was part of the
Yeah.
dawn. Part
That's
of
what, yeah, you figured that out.
This name looks familiar to you?
Yes.
Hephaestus was the one that was in charge of actually making the robots.
Messages. Maybe you're right. Let's get moving.
But why would Hephaestus just attack us? I thought it was only Hades that was corrupted by the signal. Maybe there was more though. Maybe there was more that was affected. Are those?
I'll try to find a way through.
I'm not ever careful. That's the first thing you should know about me. Thanks for the push. Climb. Goodness. I think I about fell because she wouldn't grab on. Right into the volcano. The lava of the volcano. Oh, I see.
I need to get a ladder and a rope across.
We must not hesitate!
Come on, get over here. I'd be very mad if it stopped pushing me towards the edge.
The reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility, while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us.
It's been looking for a way to defeat the Daemon. Maybe I found one. Machine parts dumped here to be melted down. Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
Yeah. Looks like I'll have to go over.
Propel down. One of the reasons I'm actually trying to even write a video game thing is just so I can meet some people, some famous people, and also to make them, and also to show my skills in both acting and screenwriting, so I can hopefully get a job. Where am I supposed to go from here? Was this entire thing just to freaking get one little thing?
Find a way. Boss.
Don't just slow down midair. What's the point of even going over there? That little supply crate? I honestly have no clue. That's likely it's the only thing that I can that appears in that area. And it's not like I can actually grab onto a climbing platform by jumping off, so I have no clue what that's meant for. Here we go.
This thing's go sideways too.
This is not an ideal area to fight. Did I just slam myself to death? How am I supposed to get back up? How do I get back up? How do I get back up? There's no way to get back up. The only thing I can do now is frick. Yeah, I'm kind of at a glitch here. No! Oh my freaking grief. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's a joke, right? You didn't just make me go all the way back over there. I will rip those freaking things to shreds. Are you kidding me? Not hard to get to. I just hate it. We go back down? I don't have patience, so that's just gonna... Which makes this take even longer. Stop slowing down midair and it'll be quicker. Stop just grabbing onto the ledge. You can jump. You've been able to jump much farther and not just randomly stop midair. It's not fun. It's annoying. Not a fun little mechanic. It's just straight up annoying. You. I don't like you one bit. Oh, you stupid freak. Yeah, such precise arrows, said no one ever. These arrows are the opposite of precise. Why are they called precision arrows? When they shoot like 15 inches away from the target. go all the way around. Now we wait. Should find where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, I would. If I freaking could. But as it looks right now, I can't find anything. Where am I supposed to go? I would if I freaking could. I don't know where I'm supposed to freaking go. Oh my gosh, who does that mean? Go f yourself. I said go frick yourself. Hurry the freak up. What? What? Oh my gosh! Where am I supposed to go? I'm not losing my mind. I freaking wish, but obviously I am. I wouldn't even be making these videos in the first freaking place. You idiot! Don't. It's just a small little thing. But it makes me want to freaking scream. Where are we supposed to freaking go? Like, seriously. Answer me. What the freak is the point of... Yeah, I think if I can actually freaking get up. Just a request. I request that your head be freaking taken off. For no one has to listen to you ever again. Where am I supposed to go? I have to get up to those somehow, but there's been no platform high enough, and that entire trail was just a dead end. So where am I supposed to go? That's an actual question now. It's not like I could freaking jump from here. I can actually just jump onto one of those freaks from here. So where am I supposed to go? Answer my freaking question. I'm not joking. I will break your freaking skull if you don't. Hurry up! I'm gonna end up being dead before I freaking finish this game because of how long these things freaking take. It'd be a lot faster if you didn't freaking just randomly stop midair half the time. Just a request that if you don't meet, a request that if you fail, you'll be executed freaking immediately. And that's a guarantee. I'm sick of playing games. I don't like this. The climbing is the worst part. The climbing and paths are the worst part of this game. Sometimes they're so hard to actually figure out. Now I've just spent an entire like freaking minute just waiting for that thing to come back. What are the point of these things? Besides to make this take longer. Alright, now you're gonna be faster than I'm on it. I'm gonna freaking break every single piece of machinery in this freaking area. I'm sick of this. Hurry up! That would have never happened if you actually decided not to slow down midair, which you've shown you're able to do before, so don't act like you can't. Or I'll make it to where you actually can't, because your legs will be freaking broken. Ah, so here was where I was supposed to go. Of course. It's not taking long enough. It's only freaking 10 o'clock now that you're actually here. This is cyan.
It's Earth. Well, we have to find out.
Possible security threat detected.
Welcome.
Analyzing scrutiny matrix. Secure battery countermeasures.
Meh. It was just very meh.
Recapture protocol initiated.
Ha.
It worked.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Cyan.
Spirit of the blue light. It's Aurea. Your servant. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the Daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core camp. I will try to raise the constraint. One has been exposed, but I am
Faced. I faced this. Speak to it. Speak to Hephaestus and see what he wants.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
What will happen to the spirit if we do?
You might be able to keep the spirit alive. Spirit.
But I think that's the core. The answers are down there. Hephaestus. The Daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
And we'll just fight it out.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself. But I already know the answer.
Is she gonna die? It's really adding a lot of stuff about her. It's actually like she's gonna die.
Keep moving towards the core. Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it.
You think? Hephaestus is much more, speaks a lot more than Hades, and has more personality. I think Hephaestus is more than Hades. Hades is a much more interesting character. Well, Hephaestus is a much more interesting character, but Hades is a more intimidating villain. Hades is one of the most intimidating villains, while Hephaestus has the most personality out of the two AI. What is you can describe an AI as having personality?
Science sets up all about restraints. Is that what the tower is
for? Something tells me it's not going to be this easy. Oh my. That's a lot. Yeah, it's hiding it. Is that Frostwall?
The new unit that Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy.
Fire call? Fire call. The fire sack, fire unit, and the power cells. Can't get a clear shot. I think I hit, but I don't know. I think too quick. I think it's easy to kill even with story mode difficulty. That's how powerful this thing is. It's not doing too much damage. It's definitely putting up a fight. What if I I think if we decide to override the tower, instead of it just making it or heal it, it should make it to where it actually injures the beast instead. What? Trying, but, well... Oh no. It's gonna heal him some more.
We can't kill the machine while the tower aids
it. It's immune to getting stunned, but not immune to getting held down. You can still hold it down. That's why I always have a spare in case my controller decides to die midstream. It's the fire sacks on its arms. Oh, that did damage. We can get down now. Finally finished that thing off.
Critical threat detected. Autonomous defenses inoperative. Building our network.
Maria! Don't!
Oh no.
Scion, please help me!
No, Hooray, no. Is she gonna get fried? Is she gonna fry her? Is she gonna get herself killed? Did that just kill her?
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained.
Should
I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free.
Perfect.
You must escape.
Wait, no. Laurel?
My sister!
Is she actually dying?
Artok! Artok. Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Artok. She would never want you to die here. Let's go.
She sacrificed herself to save us. I appreciate that. Cyan destroyed the facility.
One of those?
It's the only way! Get me up top, Aratak! Now! I need explosive ammo! Above! Quick!
Perfect.
Great Banukai.
Like, you wouldn't just be tumbling down, you'd end up with a broken leg or something. You wouldn't just survive that. You would probably most likely survive it, but not without some serious damage.
Rhea is gone. What of Cyan?
The data.
She said she was transferring herself.
The data auxiliary center.
I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the Shaman's Path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
we got a trade for blue gleam.
We could just take all this blue gleam and just sell it. Get us a lot. There's only one way to find out. Is Cyan here?
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the Daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud.
Oh, that was so.
See if anything can be done to defend you. He will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
Oh my, that's sad.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
You think? First off, what is Hephaestus' plan? Second off, why? Third off, why? Fourth off, why? Fifth off, why does he decide to be bad?
Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility.
Firebreak?
Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus.
Hephaestus.
I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
What? Don't go barking. Also, what was Hephaestus destroyed?
Hephaestus. Destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to
I
begin
mean, it is a subordinate function, so it's probably also has its own, like,
from a remote location,
cell,
one I've never been able to trace.
like with Hades and that orb thing, so Hephaestus is probably the same with its own orb or control center.
Very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
You and Hephaestus, were you dating? What? What? I don't speak smile. I mean, you're cute and all, but I don't know what you want.
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code.
He called you. He called you.
Advanced AI.
Aurea said you were desperate.
And it was a hack.
Yes, I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming.
But what is his plan?
It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated.
How do you hurt
Forced me
her?
to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated.
Cyan is
It a quality
interesting.
that I cherish in Aurea as well.
Hephaestus and Zero
I
Dawn.
think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming
Oh yeah, that
system.
he wasn't just a builder robot, he was the terraformer. He was the
It was
terraforming
controlled by an
AI.
AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them.
It was, well, I mean, the entire, all of Gaia was the terraforming
Based on
thing,
what you've told
but
me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions.
yeah, that.
Brought them to life.
So wait, they were all
She
just,
destroyed herself to try to contain them.
so they were all mindless AIs before that signal interfered with them and somehow broke the Gaia's control over them, turning them into their own sentient AIs. All with their own goals. Hades, well, he was just following orders. His plan, his goal is, his objective is to destroy is to destroy life and restart anew. That was what it was programmed to do. With sentience, it thinks that's what it's supposed to do, but it tries. Although, but it thinks it's doing good, but it's just become corrupt. They would what the rest are. Apollo. Oh no. Apollo has all the knowledge of of the past, of the old ones. So if that thing turns out to be evil, it could just, it has so much knowledge that it could use to destroy us.
It didn't work. They all got free. Out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Yeah.
Why does
Here we go.
Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct?
Oh yeah, right.
Machines that are
Yeah.
purely servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression.
He does, so he makes
It
the
is simply
machines.
trying to discourage people
Yeah.
from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. What are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions, of people hunt
So
machines.
it's just trying to
If
protect
a
the
single hunter,
protect
or
the
even
machines.
An entire tribe stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control.
Getting rid of its free will,
When
but
I think
protecting
of
the
it,
world.
Out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants.
It's just trying to protect
I feel
the things it's created.
substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan.
It's just trying to protect the machine so it can do its reprogramming system. So it can do its part in the terraforming. But it doesn't know what's right and what's wrong. It doesn't have a morality compass. It doesn't have a moral compass. It'll stop at nothing to get what it wants, and it doesn't have a moral restraint.
I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this
Self-destruction?
accomplished?
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would
Well,
certainly
yeah.
have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying
What is
to
that?
correspond with such a
We still don't know what that
benevolent AI.
plague that is actually destroying
I
all the
wish
life
she
on
had survived.
in the sequel is, or what's causing
So
it.
do I.
And that's spreading up the metal
I
flowers.
found the strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers that look like flowers themselves.
What they aren't.
There's code embedded inside them. I think it's
What?
poetry.
I
So
like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell. And after that, the dark. And may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy.
No, continue.
Something must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines?
Oh, yeah.
Now autonomous, like
I mean, there was
Hephaestus?
that one. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe one whose purview is flora.
Yeah. So yeah, there was. Hades' objective is to continuously reset if something goes wrong until it's actually good. Hephaestus is just to build the terraforming robots. I'll look this up. Alright, subordinate functions horizon. Alright, the subordinate functions HCD Wiki fandom. Maybe this has info on what each of them are designed to do. Here, background and functions. Aether. Aether is the subfunction dedicated to detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere. Apollo. Apollo is a subfunction dedicated to the archive of human history and culture, which would educate humans spawned in the cradle civilizations. But if it became corrupt due to the signal, it could use that extreme knowledge to make very powerful devices that could easily wipe out all of humanity. But that's not part of its programming or anything. So I don't know. So I don't understand what its goal would be. Artemis is the subfunction dedicated to the creation and reintroduction of animal life onto the newly terraformed Earth. Demeter has a subfunction dedicated to the replanting of preserved seeds from cryopreserved seed stocks. Eleuthia is the subfunction dedicated to cloning and raising humans from genetic stock at specifically designed cradles. Hades is a subfunction dedicated to the Gaia's extensive failsafe protocol, her last resort. If Gaia were ever to fail, Hades would take control of the terraforming system and reset it if an undesirable outcome is detected. Hephaestus is a subfunction dedicated to the designing and manufacturing of Gaia's machines inside specifically designed underground cauldron facilities around the world. Hephaestus is in charge of just making the machines. Minerva is a subfunction dedicated to the creation of large communication arrays to broadcast the deactivation codes of the Pharaoh robots once Gaia eventually decrypts them. Poseidon is the subfunction dedicated to detoxifying the Earth's ravaged water and oceans. Those are all the different subordinate functions. So Demeter must have made the metal flowers.
Flowers instead of death machines. Would be a nice change of pace.
Yeah, so
What about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
fascinating. What are you?
Are you an artificial intelligence science? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Rhea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
Fascinating. Other questions? Oh, good grief. It couldn't fit all the questions into one thing, so it just added more.
This Firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Sonia. And we blew up the cauldron and took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
We just... Horizon... What subordinate function be the villain of Forbidden West? Alright, perfect. Colleagues.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow, years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Sweet. Alright.
You meant a lot to Aurea.
Once I understood Aurea's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Araki was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Aurea's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Sonia. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Aurea, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
Fascinating. You're
So
awesome.
in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes,
A super volcano.
it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Aurea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan.
Who's owls?
Were there many artificial intelligences
Oh.
like you in the old world?
AIs, not owls.
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to
Hey, Google.
industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies
Go away.
to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Ted Farrow.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO
Yes.
of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
Why did he kill the people?
But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dr. Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
I feel bad for the animators. Goodness.
And
This must have taken so long to
Elizabeth
animate.
Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the...
The scientist.
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field. One of the greatest scientists of her age.
Was constantly morphing lines and everything. Must have taken so much time to manually animate. And then there was an entire like crew, maybe even 100 people, but still.
Lack of data has disappointed you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't want another AI going in mad.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be.
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
Oh, I know. What? Oh.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth.
Yes. Billions were displaced, and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
The what?
So things got better. For a little while at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with Araya. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just answer what they do ask the best you can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice.
Good.
Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world?
Yes.
I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like
Okay.
that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on our talk.
Hello, Aloy.
Sure, Cyan.
Alright. Never mind.
Alright, Cyan.
I will quite...
Wait, what was that?
Hello.
Hello, Cyan. Until next time, Cyan.
Indeed. Until next time. Hello, Aloy.
There is. Okay, Cyan. That's all.
I hope we can resume.
Fascinating. Cyan is the most interesting character so far. An AI with so much personality. It's shocking. Air talk. Air talk.
My chieftain,
Just... Aloy.
as you wish.
I wondered if you thought... that if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
Because of her, we destroyed the cauldron, forced out the daemon, and saved the spirit. She understood what had to be done.
Yes, and I failed to listen.
You didn't fail.
A shaman should always have the ear of their chieftain. Yet I turned her away, my own sister. I was foolish, but she knew better. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, Urak can't follow. Besides, we'd already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be
Oh
done.
my god, just
Even the new units
go,
that Cyan
just
said escaped the cauldron?
Yes,
busy.
Fire claws. Now Tug has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically the new man.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All
Coming latte.
interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. His mind's
Coming latte. Stop throwing a fit. Latte, you stop throwing. Stop barking.
sparks of guile given life. Happened.
Wait. Oh no.